Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. Here we go. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. It's the Denver Nuggets facing the Houston Rockets. Well, we should be in for a fast-paced game tonight, Coach. Both of these teams excel at creating fast break opportunities.
Look, Kevin, you're right. Both of these teams prefer to get out and attack before the other can get their defense set. They want to use their speed and athleticism, and they need to get as many easy buckets as they possibly can.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Watson. Outside for Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic.
Well, every defense gives extra attention to Murray, but they still have trouble keeping him under control.
Here's Şengün. Spots it 5. Wide open shot is on the money.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Murray outside. His three-pointers off the mark. And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Here's Jokic, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, I don't know if anyone absorbs contact as easily as Nikola Jokic. A massive human in a league of big dudes.
Pass to Durant. Here's Eason. Back to KD. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Denver ball.
Here's Murray. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And stolen by Şengün. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. Pass to Shepherd. KD is screened. In the corner, Şengün with it. Traps in the tray. Şengün's got 5.
And Şengün knows when you don't have the ball, you have to stay ready to catch and fire.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, the Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Guys?
You know, they've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. Durant, no good.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game. Ball's knocked loose.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Watson the screen. Wide open look here for Murray. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Murray's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
1:07 left in the first quarter. The drive by Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, that's just inexcusable defense there. If you give Jokic a lane like that, The joke's on you.
Here's Shepard. KD looking around. 5 to shoot. Houston moving it around. Houston needs to get a shot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Nuggets ball.
Here's Murray. 7 points in the game. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Yeah, he's not exactly a highlight reel dunker, but you love to see Jokic throw it down.
Thompson in the corner. No good again that time. Watson for 3. That shot off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Nuggets on top, leading by 4. After this break, we'll... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
Denver leading by 4. Outside Hardaway. Screen by Valanciunas. Johnson outside. Pass to Valanciunas. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
A premier offense for the Nuggets, but defensively, Stan, there has been some slippage.
Well, they've had to make some tough financial decisions, letting some of their defensive-minded veterans depart in free agency over the years. They got to wonder who will step up, but it often takes young players a little longer at the defensive end.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And finished off by Finney-Smith.
Directing the offense, Fred VanVleet, the quintessential floor general.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. A free throw off from Finney-Smith. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Screen by Adams. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Nuggets leading by 7. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Screen by Adams. And it's Smith penetrating. Pass to Finney-Smith. And taken away by Brown. Here's Strother. Back to Brown. Launches a 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Now here's VanVleet. Smith for 3. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Inside, it's stolen by Adams. Pass to Finney-Smith to the middle. Adams' shot is off. And so Brown will bring it up for the Nuggets. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Back to Valanciunas. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
I mean, once Valanciunas gets it inside, we know what happens next. The big man is just doing his thing.
Picked by Finney-Smith. The drive by Smith. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. The Nuggets leading by 6. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play, the next shot, and your results, they'll be the results. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. All sorts of time. Basket good. Smith's got 5 points so far.
Smith with the size and lift to elevate above the crowd and knock down jumpers when he gets to his spot.
And Adams sends it back to the inside. And then Smith with the dunk.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
It's Brown with the drive. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Screen by Valanciunas. Down low. Here's Strother. There's Brown with the 3. Connects from three-point range.
3 points.
And the Nuggets lead by 5. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And Greg, these boys veterans really seem to have triggered a shift for the Rockets.
At the same time, it's going to be Houston's young talent that determines their future. And they've already shown they can make a major...
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Watts in the screen. Back to Jokic. Oh, Jokic powering inside.
Great look for Jokic. Listen, we know he can hit the outside shot, but going to Nikola inside is a winning play.
Durant just inside the line and finished off by KD.
I tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
And Watson has it in the corner. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Thompson. In the corner, it's Eason. 4 on the shot clock. Over Brown. Here's Şengün. Denver grabs the miss.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Here's Jokic. Thompson with the rebound. Nuggets trailed by 5. To the paint. Stolen by Brown. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And the layup is good.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
We've seen them struggle on the half-court offense.
I had a coach that once told me sometimes guys just try to self-will it too much, whether it's getting out on the break or scoring in the half-court. You've got to do it as a unit.
Back to Thompson. In the corner, Şengün with it. Offensive rebound. Pass to Shepherd. The 3 from KD. Durant from distance. What a shot.
And there's no shot Durant can't hit. Has an amazing touch from way outside the arc.
And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Thompson. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Nuggets leading by 4. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Stan, you know, you think about the release point on Jokic's outside shot. It is tough to get to.
Yeah, Kevin, it certainly is. And the problem is if you start to come out of your stance to try to get to that shot, Jokic will just pull the ball down and beat you on the drive. And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And here's Jokic. Down low. Here's Gordon. And he elevates with a slam dunk. Steven Adams did not like that at all.
He is an all-world dunker. Gordon with the monster jam.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Van Vliet up top. Nothing on the board. Pass to Okogie. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 6. And he drives in. Rebounded by Valanciunas. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. So it's Denver now. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Banked in off the glass. And now a 10-point Nugget lead.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Strong finish by Valanciunas. He likes exerting his will close to the rim.
Smith outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Denver enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver, leading by 12. They host the Kings after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And he just makes it look so easy at times. Once Jokic gets going, there's almost no chance of slowing him down.
Outside, KD. Pass to Thompson. 6 to shoot. Here's the 3. Denver grabs the miss. Now, Jokic, defended by Durant. Back to Murray. Jokic can't get the chip in. Rockets trailed by 14. Outside Durant. Pass to Eason. Over Jokic. KD with the bucket. And that's now 7 points for Kevin Durant.
Anywhere Durant can find a shot, he can make a shot. That certainly includes the mid-range.
Jokic lumbering in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pass to KD. Now Shepard. Out to KD. And some nice passing there by Houston. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Denver ball.
The Nuggets leading by 14. For three, Murray. No good there. And stolen by Murray. Jokic with it. Lets loose a three. Cleared away by Eason.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's stolen by Brown. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And the other thing that stands out is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. Rebounded by Brown. Now, Jokic. Murray pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And the Nuggets lead by 19. Outside, KD. Thompson in the corner. Looking to end the run. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Hands it from downtown.
When Gordon is connecting from deep, everything else becomes easier for both him and this offense.
Shot on the wing. Durant gets the bucket. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nuggets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Off the mark from 16 feet out. And it's Houston's ball, trailing by 19. Durant, no good. And here's Jokic. So it's Denver taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans